Hi guys, this is Rosita Applebaum and I'm here to talk to you guys today about money. So basically organizing your money, and I'm sorry if I sound a little sick. It's because I am really sick. Don't let this mask fool you. I'm actually really sick. If you seen my post on Instagram, you saw how I'm just congested and I've been in bed all day. But I figured I'd just make a video because I work at 4 and I have an hour to spare. So let's just get right into it. I have everything written down in this journal, and I just want to tell you guys again, I'm not an expert. I'm just speaking on my own experiences and basically just what I've learned. Some of these tips I'm really good at, I'm practicing what I preach, but sometimes I slip up, sometimes I spend a little too much, or sometimes I splurge, or sometimes I don't do everything. But just having these things in mind and knowing about them, and knowing that spending all your money and doing crazy things isn't the way to go. Just at least the thought of that, you're doing good. Just having everything in the back of your mind and knowing you're gonna get to it is just enough. So number one is saving 50% or half of whatever is left of your check or your allowance after paying your bills. So two things there. The first part was whether you get a check or your allowance. So if you have a job and you get your check, so pay the things that you need to pay off. So if you pay your mother a certain amount for the month, or if you pay your phone bill, or if you pay some of your rent, you live with roommates, pay that, because obviously that's mandatory and you can't skip out on that. So once you've gotten that out of the way, take obviously the money that you need for food. So if you get paid bi-weekly, meaning every other week, put that aside and budget yourself. So if you've been spending $20 a day on lunch and breakfast, that's not really gonna get us anywhere. So out of your check, take the stuff that's mandatory, pay that off, and then whatever's left, 50% of whatever's left, put that away into a savings account. So I know TD Bank, that's my bank that I use, they have this student savings account where you just put that money away and you can't touch it. I mean, if you really need to, you can go in and take it out, but it's not like a regular checking account. It's a savings account. So save 50% of whatever's left and put it away. Now that's not for, if you wanted to buy a big purchase and you're going to take out of that. No, that's just your savings. And if an emergency were to come and you have no other money, you can take out of that. But that's emergency only. That's number one. Number two for my tips is don't be an extremist. So if you're really wanting to save money, don't just tell yourself I'm gonna save all my money, I'm not gonna spend $1 on myself and that's it. No, that's gonna leave you miserable and it's gonna leave you unhappy. And when you do buy stuff, you're gonna buy things just to buy them and not really enjoy them. So just don't treat yourself here and there, but just don't buy frivolous things. If you really don't need another pair of combat boots because you have them in black and brown and you just kind of wanted the gray, don't get the gray. That's excessive. It's frivolous. You don't need that. So just don't be an extremist. Don't do all savings and no play, or all play and no savings. There has to be a balance. Sometimes it does take you, spending all your money and not having any money to eat for the next week to realize that's frivolous and I should have not done that. But don't punish yourself either. Life will go on and you're going to get another check, so just be cautious the next time. Number 3 I have is finding a happy place. So if you're going to work and you're just miserable and the time is going really slow and you find yourself having to give away all of your shifts and you don't want to be in this place, whether it's the people or it's just not right, don't work there. I mean, I know it's really tough out there, but if you push yourself, you can get somewhere for the time being that's at least going to be a more comfortable situation. So if you're getting harassment at work or something like that, don't do that, because you're going to find yourself not going to work and calling out, giving away your shifts, getting fired, and it's just going to be a really big mess. So and also if you're at let's say working a retail job, or you're working at a clothing store but you really want to be an accountant, let's say, and you're in college, realize that it's just temporary. So just have a positive outlook on it, because it's just for now. It's not going to be forever. Don't make it your forever. Keep working hard at what you really want to do, but it's just for right now, and it's just temporary, and it's just for that extra money in your pocket, to go out to eat, to go out with your friends to the movies. That extra cash, that's just what this job is for. Don't just think that this is where you're going to be stuck, unless you really want to be a manager or corporate. but just always stay happy and always stay positive, because that's just the way that it's gonna work. Just be an optimist. Don't look down on yourself. Oh my god, I have this job, I'm not anything, like it sucks. No, just be happy. Just be happy that you have the chance to work, because a lot of people don't have the chance to work right now. So the next tip I have is direct deposit. So if your job has direct deposit, like if that's available, go for it. It's way easier to spend cash than to swipe your card. So on that note, also, if you get direct deposit, have the banking app. So I know I have the TD Bank app, and I always check my balance, and I always check my pending transactions, because number one, there's places that will charge you twice and then take that other charge away after 3 days, and then there's other places where they don't charge you right away. So if you know you have a certain amount, you go and you shop, they swipe it as credit even though it's a debit account. They can basically decide not to take it out right away, because that's just the way the stores work. Most big stores will take it out right away, and you'll notice that, but like a small clothing boutique isn't going to charge you right away. So then you're checking your balance and you think, oh look, I have this extra $500, I'm going to just keep going, and then you buy something really big, but you really don't have that. You know, they just haven't taken it out, and that's when your balance goes down to zero and you have overdraft, and negative balances. You don't want that. Basically, open up on a bank account that also has no fees and no minimums. My student checking account, my bank, TD Bank, doesn't require a minimum amount, so I don't have to have $600 minimum in that account. I could have $5, and they're not going to charge me. They're not going to do anything about that. It's just a no fees, no minimum kind of bank account. Doing online shopping, make sure that the place is you know, like a valid place. If it's a boutique that just opened up, make sure that it's, you know, a safe thing to do, because I know a lot of credit card scams happen when you're online shopping. Also, always ask for your receipt. And this is going to be the big next one is, okay, if you spend money on something and you're not happy with it, or it doesn't fit you, or it's not your color, or just the makeup doesn't look right, the shirt has a hole before you even wore it, change it. If you're not happy with it, if you can't return it, change it. So always ask for your receipt. For me, I keep my receipts in this little tiny Sephora bag, and I just basically fold them up and I put them according to date. I organize them according to date. So if I bought this, let's say this lipstick, and I hated it, any place will return it. Target, Duane Reade, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Sephora, Bloomingdale's, Macy's, any department store, any drugstore will return it. And if you don't feel comfortable returning it, or you really want to get something else, exchange it or get the store credit and hold that off. If you're not happy, you spent your hard-earned money on it. You worked for that $50. And if you spent $50 on a lipstick and it's not you, or they persuaded you, or maybe that day it looked nice, but when you go home it's not practical, just return it. I'm not saying go return everything in your whole wardrobe, or go return the whole store. Like, that's not also what to do. Like, don't abuse that either. But if you really want to change it, you have the will to change it. If you look at the receipt in the bottom or in the back, it'll tell you, hey, you have 30 days, you have 60 days, you have 90 days. You know, circle that and make sure you get there before that day. Don't return it if it's already been 6 months. That's not going to work. If you're not happy with it, go change it. And just always check your balance. Always make sure that all the funds are correct. Before, like when I used to work, I used to just get my checks cashed, and I would just be like, I just want to spend every last dollar, and I'll go home and be like, oh, like now I don't have anything to eat. Oops. Like, no, that's not the way. And I'm turning 20 soon, and I realize this, not late, but it, you know, to me it's late, because now I feel like all that money I made and I don't even have anything to show for it, you feel like I don't know, like you regret it. But don't regret it, just keep it moving. Don't dwell on that, like, oh my god, I'm so dumb, like I spent this much money. Don't dwell on the fact that you made a mistake. Just be cautious and don't make that mistake over again, because if you keep making the same mistakes, there's something wrong there. Basically, just, you know, if you need advice, go to your parents, go to your older siblings, talk to them. Like, I know people, like, it's really hard, this whole like money situation in today's world, and you know, your worth is not your wealth, but at the same time, money makes this world go round. And at the end of the day, it's about how much you have, and it's just the way it is. Like, you're not gonna die with your money, but at the same time, at night, if the two people that are there one person has 50, one has 0, the the one with the $50 is going to be the one that's going to be able to eat that night. So, you know, clothes and material things aren't everything, and you have to realize that if you're trying to impress a boy and you're buying, you know, expensive heels to wear for this boy, that boy isn't gonna be there, okay? He's not gonna be there. But your money, you do need that. That's you. That's what you need to survive. That's what you need to eat and to get around and to pay for gas and to pay for your Metro card. Don't go impressing people, because the right people won't need to be impressed by material things. He will love you, or she will love you, if you have on a white t-shirt and jeans, or if you have on the nice heels and the nice expensive t-shirt. Like, it is just not the right person if you feel like you have to spend money to look right for other people. You're trying to impress people who don't matter, and that's a really big thing. People are trying to impress people who don't matter. You know, like, people on Facebook, the people that are following you on Facebook don't matter. They're not the ones feeding you. They're not the ones paying your bills. So don't go out and impress them. For what? If their opinion is invalid, but your money is important to you, make it an importance. Make it something, a habit. You know, saving your money is just the key. It's not what you make, it's how much you saved. It's not what you make, it's what you've saved. You made $10,000 last year. Well, what do you have from that $10,000? You have $1,000, you have 0. That's not a good way to live, and it's just gonna get worse and worse if you keep on doing that, living that lifestyle where you just spend money on dumb things and throw it out. Like, that's just gonna keep escalating and get worse. If you guys want to hear more, or you want to hear like a school edition, I don't know, this was kind of short. Remain positive, remain happy, and just keep it moving, you know. Keep hustling, keep getting up every day and going to work and putting on your apron or putting on your shirt, and realize that not everyone has that chance, and we have it really good. If you have a good job if you have a job right now, realize that in other countries people are begging for jobs, begging for $5 an hour paying jobs, and you have something, so keep it and invest your time in it. You know, just because it's a retail job doesn't mean that you don't have to excel. Show your boss that you're gonna excel, and show your manager that you were the right person to pick. Don't just slack off and be rude to people at your job just because you think you're gonna have it, because honey, you're not gonna have it. If you act up, they will fire you, and you don't want that. You don't want that. You guys are wondering where my shirt is from. It's from Forever 21. I know it has like a lot of glitter. You can't really tell. And my face makeup is a little different because I put black on the waterline. The foundation that I'm wearing today is Kat Von D. I think it's called the Lock-It foundation. I think I have it in color 4 or 5. And my lips is, of course, L'Oreal Ferris Nude. I have no eyelashes on today, just mascara, which is a Jordana. And I'm going to be doing a hair tip video. So either after this video, you'll see that one up. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy it. Just be happy and remain positive.